Introduction for Proton and Perodua. Proton Holdings Berhad 1983 and Perodua 1993 are Malaysia's main national car manufacturers, established to support industrial growth and reduce dependence on imported vehicles. Proton is produced a wider range sedans and SUVs, and Perodua is focused on affordable, fuel-efficient cars for mass market. Both contribute to economy, create jobs, support local vendors, and improve mobility. Malaysia actually has two main automakers, Proton Holdings and Perodua. Proton was established in 1983 as Malaysia's first national car project to develop the local automotive industry. First model is Proton Saga 1985, currently mainly owned by GRB Hashcom with strategic partnership from Geely, China. And Perodua was established in 1983 as Malaysia's second national car company. Is supported by Daihatsu Toyota subsidiary. Next, we go to history of Proton and Perodua. Perodua started operation in 1993. First car is Kancher, is about 1994. Early production focused on minicars and super minis using the Daihatsu design. It expanded into larger market competition with Proton. How about Proton? Proton is established in 1983 as Malaysia's national car project. First successful model is Saga. It dominated Malaysia automotive market throughout the 1990s. Faced stronger competition after 2000, partnership with Geely in 2017 led to modernization and brand renewal. Next, we go to nature of business. Perodua and Proton. Perodua Automotive Company produces passenger car. Is focused on small, affordable, fuel-efficient vehicles. It involves manufacturing, assembly, marketing, and sale. It provides after-sales service, maintenance, and spare parts. It works with Daihatsu for quality and technology. Proton Automotive Company producing passenger vehicles. It focuses on design, engineering, and manufacturing cars. It's strong in R&D and automotive technology development, and it involves in sales and distribution and locally internationally. Next, we go for organization chart. For Perodua, the chart shown illustrates a well-structured leadership hierarchy, starting from the president at the top, followed by the vice president, secretary, treasurer, and committee member holding their respective roles. And for Proton, the chart shows the organization for Proton that consists of chairman, director, and senior management. Product and service for Perodua and Proton. Next, product and service for Perodua. Perodua only produces small, fuel-efficient passenger cars for the Malaysian market. Main model for now is for Asia, Beza, Myvi, and Aza and Activa. It focuses on affordable, practical, and daily use vehicle. Target user, we have first-time buyers, families, and middle-income group. Services we got is after-sales support, maintenance and repair, warranty and genuine spare parts supply, roadside assistance, and sales and distribution network, financing, insurance, and trade-in services. Next, we go to Proton. How about Proton? Proton produces a range of passenger vehicles like sedans, hatchback, and SUVs. For now, we got Saga, Personal Iris, X50, and X70. Focus on affordable to mid-range market with comfort, safety, and technology. Targets local and international market. Services, after-sales service with authorized service center, maintenance, repair, and bodywork service. Its warranty coverage and spare parts supply. It has a roadside assistance and sales, financing, insurance, and trade-in services.
Next, this is part corporate governance, which is Principles A. Principles A focus on board leadership and effectiveness. The board of directors is the highest decision-making body and is responsible for setting the company's strategy, monitoring management, and ensuring compliance with laws and ethical standards. An effective board must demonstrate integrity, accountability, and transparency as its decisions directly impact the company's performance and long-term sustainability. Both Proton and Perodua apply this principle, but they differ in terms of transparency and disclosure. Now, let's look at the committee members and their roles for both companies. Starting with Proton. Because Proton is a private company, there is no publicly available full list of committee members like listed company. However, we know the committee structure. Next, the Audit Committee is responsible for overseas financial reporting and monitors internal controls. In addition, the Risk Management Committee identifies business risks and develops appropriate strategies. Furthermore, the Nomination Committee selects and evaluates board members while ensuring independence. Moreover, the Remuneration Committee determines salaries and benefits aligned with company performance. Finally, in terms of the top leadership, Proton is led by its chairman Tan Sri Said Faisal Albar and CEO Dr. Lee Chun Rong. Next, let us look at Perodua's committee structure. Perodua has a more detailed publicly available committee structure. Firstly, the Audit Committee is chaired by Yang Berbahagia Dato' Anwar bin Haji, an independent non-executive director with members including Mrs. Chin Min Ming and Dato' Dr. Aminah Rashid bin Saleh. Moving on, the Nominating and Remuneration Committee is chaired by Dato' Dr. Aminah with Dato' Anwar and Mrs. Wong Fei Li as members. In addition, the Risk Management and Sustainability Committee is led by Mrs. Wong Fei Li as lead, Mr. Low Hin Chok and Dato' Anwar. Furthermore, there is also a Management Committee and a Long-Term Incentive Plan Committee, both chaired by Mr. Low Hin Chok. Overall, each of these committees has specific roles in legal governance, risk management, compliance, sustainability, and incentive schemes. In terms of board changes, Proton show a more dynamic governance approach by regularly reviewing and adjusting its board structure to improve performance. In contrast, Perodua maintains a more stable board with very few disclosed changes. While this ensures consistency, it limits transparency for stakeholders. Overall, Proton adopts a more active governance approach, while Perodua focuses more on maintaining continuity.
Next, we will look at the financial comparison between Proton and Perodua for the years 2023 and 2024 to evaluate the effectiveness of board leadership. For Proton, revenue decreased from 595,509 ringgit in 2023 to 383,612 ringgit in 2024. Profit also dropped significantly from 554,441 ringgit to 77,272 ringgit. However, total asset increased from approximately 58.6 million ringgit to 62.3 million ringgit, indicating that the company is still investing for long-term growth. In contrast, Perodua shows a more stable financial performance. Its revenue increased from 169,550 ringgit to 226,659 ringgit, while profit also rose from 169,550 ringgit to 227,659 ringgit. From this comparison, we can conclude that Perodua demonstrates more consistent financial growth, while Proton experienced fluctuations in performance.
Today I will explain about the audit and risk management for Proton Holding Berhad and Perusahaan Automobile Kedua Persediaan Berhad. First, for Proton. Proton has a strong audit and risk management system. It has an audit committee made up of independent non-executive director, so it is independent. The committee is led by an independent chairman and include member with the financial knowledge. The committee check financial report, review the internal control, monitor internal audit, and look at the external auditors. Proton also uses an enterprise risk management system. This helps the company to identify and manage risk better. The board, the audit committee, and internal audit team are work together to control the risk. In 2024, there are also changes in the board and committee, like new members and restructuring this to improve governance. Next, for Perodua. Perodua is a private company, so it does not fully share detail about its audit committee. However, it is expected to follow normal corporate governance in Malaysia. This means its audit committee likely has non-executive director with financial experience. The committee is expected to check financial report, ensure the internal control are working, monitor internal audit, and follow the regulations. However, there is no details of public information about changes in the Perodua's board or audit committee. This is because the company is private, so less transparent than the Proton. Perodua is also believed to have internal risk management system to identify and reduce risk, but details are not publicly shared. In conclusion, Proton has a more transparent and structured system, while Perodua follows similar practices but less public information. Thank you.
For this part, I will explain Principle C focusing on Proton. Firstly, Proton show transparency through AGM by presenting audited financial statement. This helps shareholder evaluate company performance. Secondly, Proton ensure finance through dividend distribution and protect shareholder right. Next, the re-election of director allow shareholder to choose board member, which improve accountability. Proton also uses pool voting to ensure fair and transparent decision making. Lastly, AGM include Q&A season, allowing direct communication between management and stakeholder. Overall, Proton demonstrate strong integrity and transparency in corporate reporting.
In terms of compliance with MSS11603 Principle A, Proton demonstrates a higher level of effectiveness compared to Perodua. Proton shows strong compliance through its structured board system, established committees, and better public disclosure of governance practices. This level of transparency allows stakeholders to evaluate the company's leadership and help to build trust. In contrast, Perodua, as a private company, provides limited information about its board structure and governance practices. While it may have effective internal system, the lack of disclosure makes it difficult for stakeholders to assess its performance in terms of board leadership. Overall, based on Principle A, Proton demonstrates stronger compliance, while Perodua could improve by increasing its transparency.
Today, I will compare audit and risk management between Proton Holding Berhad and Perusahaan Automobile Kedua Senior Berhad. First, Proton follow Malaysian Code on Corporate Governance or MCCG very well. It has an audit committee made up of mostly independent directors. This helps to ensure the financial reports are fair and trustworthy. Proton also has a strong risk management practices and use enterprise risk management system. Besides that, Proton also transparent because clearly share information about changes in its board and committee. Next, Perodua is a private company, so it does not disclose a lot of information to the public. It is likely that Perodua has a proper audit and risk management system in place. However, the details are not publicly available. Because of that, Perodua is less transparent compared to the Proton. In conclusion, Proton is more open and follow MCCG principles strongly, while Perodua operate well internally but with less public information. Thank you.
Proton show high compliance with MCCG Principle C. This is because Proton provide detailed annual report and clear disclosure about financial and governance information. This increase transparency, reduce information gap, and build stakeholder trust. In contrast, Perodua has lower transparency because it does not disclose detailed financial report. It also lack formal AGM and clear stakeholder communication channel. Therefore, Proton is more effective in in complying with MCCG compared to Proton. Firstly, Proton is more transparent as it shares detailed report and governance information. Meanwhile, Proton share limited information because it is private company. Secondly, their strategy are different. Proton focuses on wider range of vehicle and technological improvement. Proton focuses on affordable, full efficient car for mass market consumer. In conclusion, Proton is stronger in transparency and governance, while Perodua is more stable and consistent in the market.
In conclusion, Proton and Perodua are important car companies in Malaysia. Proton started in 1983 and Perodua started in 1993. Both help support local industry and reduce foreign cars. Perodua focus on small and affordable cars, while Proton sells more types of car including SUVs. For the corporate governance, Proton is more transparent because it shares company information and builds public trust, while the Perodua is a private company, so it shares less information. Overall, both companies are successful, but Proton is better in transparency, while Perodua can improve by sharing more information. Thank you for watching our video.